Welcome. It is way too late for me to be making this video. My family is going to not be happy tomorrow when we have to wake up early. Well, if you've tuned in at all to the channel, I've been moving for forever. I used to have a microphone, but I got a new phone, and then the adapter to the port, the adapter that I had for the microphone no longer works with this new phone. So I hope that this is picking up audio, okay? Anyway, we moved house, we sold house, we had another baby. It's been an eventful 4 months since my last haul here, but I got a ton of stuff. I shouldn't be making it. I should wait till another time, but I've been waiting, and if I don't do it, it's just, I got no time. Anyway, let's go. I think I showed this last time, but if I didn't, how cool is that? Love that book. Oh yeah, new setup, because it's a new house, right? Anyway, hope that works okay for you. I think I showed that. There you go, you can see it again. Very cool. My Romantic Adventures. Number 92. From 1958. Super cool book. These are up. These are up because I picked these up. I started collecting all these Star Wars Omnibus. I lied in an earlier video and I said I'm not going to get these anymore. I'm just going to use my iPad and read digitally, but come on. Let's be serious. Who wants to do that? So here we are. They are in chronological order. These are, if you don't know, Marvel puts out these big books, these omnibus, and they collect a bunch of content, if you can see there, just all the different stuff. So, I mean, just imagine trying to track down all of those different series in order and organize it all, and it's a bit of a headache, so it's pretty nice. They are expensive, relatively, right? But I mean, they're like 90-ish some dollars. I think sticker price is $125, but if you go to sites like instocktrades.com, there it's $150. You can normally get them on pretty good sale. So I suggest going to instocktrades.com. There's cheap graphic novels. There's other sites. Amazon's not always, it's not usually the best, but sometimes they have good deals. But I picked these up. Didn't I? I thought I was organized for how I was going to do this, but here, let's just show these off. Since we have those up there, we might as well go through here. Like I said, these are chronological order. These are Marvel printings of the Dark Horse content. So it's all non-canon stuff, but I've heard it's pretty good. I picked this one off of eBay for 59 bucks, which, as you can see, is a pretty good deal. Sticker price, yeah, $125. Cool cover on that one. It's the Empire Volume 1. They come out with them every now and then. This is Rise of the Sith. I got this one off eBay. I think it was like 40 some bucks for this one. Rise of the Sith. This is like a prequel to everything. And then, as you can see, it kind of goes, this is Tales of the Jedi prequel. It's like thousands or tens of thousands, or very much in the past for modern setting, as you can tell here. And then it goes, the Rise of the Sith, I think, is the next one. And this is maybe not Volume 1? Okay, maybe this just Rise of the Sith, which goes into the one I just showed, the Empire. And this is Volume 1. I think there is a Volume 2 out right now. I always like this. When they come, sometimes you get like somebody did like the fancy plastic that covers the flaps there. I always like that. Protects it a little bit. You can always take it off. I'll just go ahead and show this one. Well, anyway, the Empire, there's Volume 1s, there's Volume 2s. I believe these are both Volume 2s, so it goes Empire. Then the Rebellion. This is Volume 2. I don't have Volume 1. It's in stock. You can pick it up pretty easily. And then the New Republic. This is Volume 2 that just came out. And these all just came out, essentially. Well, I guess maybe not when you watch this. They just came out for me. But Volume 2, Volume 1 is readily available. So, and then I went ahead and picked up, this is current Star Wars from Marvel, which, you know, some people like it, some people don't. Kieran Gillen. I think Kieran Gillen did a Darth Vader run, and people liked that, and that got pretty good reviews. So, yeah, here's Star Wars. This probably not going to go into in-depth stuff on that. You can find other channels and they'll talk about them. I won't talk about them. This is just a haul. This is just what I got. So I'm excited about that. I'm just started the Rise of the Sith. I'm about maybe halfway through. It's fine. I don't know if I'll hold on to it, honestly. You know, you get that bug and you're like, I have to get everything in order. But then sometimes you read stuff and you're like, it's just going to sit on my shelf. I'm probably never going to read it again. We'll see. I'll hold on to it for now. What do I want to do next? Let's show some comics. This is why we're here, right? Mostly. Yeah, let's show some modern stuff. Again, if you don't know, DCBS.com is a website. You can go there and pre-order comics that come out and collected editions. This is a series that I picked up, and you get a pretty good discount off. Let's see if I have my sheet here. Well, it might be somewhere. Anyway, it's like 30% off of cover price. You do have to pay around $10 or so for shipping, but I think it makes up for it. And then you can get, I think 60 cents. It's can't be economically feasible, but 60 cents, and they'll put them in this Mylar and a halfback, and then you can do regular bags and regular boards for maybe like an extra 30 cents, 15 cents. I don't really know. Anyway, this is Image from Jerry Duggan, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. I thought the first issue was phenomenal, super awesome. You start with the story of this guy here, and then you switch to the story of this girl here, and they kind of get entwined in a certain way, and then this is the second issue, and it just is really neat. I always show the back, and I don't do it. Look at that, isn't that neat? And this was the second issue. This didn't have as much plot movement as the first one. The first one, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool stuff's going on. We're really moving along. And then the second one was just kind of like, and we're at a place and some things happen. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I got the third one coming along the way. We'll get the first arc down and see what that's like. Having said that, I think I'm going to kind of pull back the reins on buying some of this modern stuff and pre-ordering. This is issue 4 of Sean Gordon Murphy's Zorro, Man of the Dead. Started off really cool. I was really liking everything. Ended okay. It was fine. It's 4 issues. I've recommended it. It was fun. All right. Garth Ennis. I like Nick Fury. I have a lot of Garth Ennis stuff. So let's go, right? I got the Spider-Man 129 homage here with the Punisher. And I forgot to pre-order any of the other ones. So this is I don't think it says. It might be like, I don't know. It's either a 4 or a 6 issue miniseries. But I just have one. Kind of along the same vein. Here, I'll just show both of these. Dick Tracy 2 and 3 because I kind of decided a little bit late. Oh, I'll check out this first arc. I think the first one is maybe 5 issues is the first arc. I figure I'll check it out. I like Dick Tracy. I like my pulp characters. I've talked about it before. I saw the Dick Tracy in the movie theaters with my dad when I was younger, and boy, I thought that wristwatch was super cool. And now I don't even think twice about having a phone or anything like that, but boy, did I want one of those two-way because you can talk to two-way talk radios on the watch. I thought it was super cool. And isn't that a really cool red cover? Yes. Haven't read those yet. Pulp character. Here's another one. This is from Mad Cave Studios. Studios. Mad Cave? Probably not Studios. Maybe, I don't know. Publishing. Anyway, Flash Gordon 1. I did read this. This is from Jeremy Adams. I thought it was fine. It was okay. Yeah, it was interesting enough. I have the second one coming. We'll see. This is a really cool cover, and if you look at my avatar and my name, right, Imperious Flex, this is Namor by Jason Aaron. This is going to be an 8-issue series, and I think that cover is amazing. Who did it? I don't remember now. Super cool cover, though. Haven't read this one yet either, but I like Jason Aaron. I like Namor. Let's go. Oh, free comic book day things. I picked up Star Wars, and I went to the store late. I wanted the Conan Free Comic Book Day issue. They did not have it. Why do I have these? Oh, DCBS will throw in like some books every now and then. They threw in 2 issues of this Beyond Real book. So there's that. Oh, here's my little prices for everything. Anyway, the main reason why I started going through DCBS and pre-ordering some things is when Jason Aaron did his 12-issue run at Marvel on Conan, I went to my LCS, first time I ever started a pull box. They missed an issue. I went in and I was like, hey, I think there should be a Conan book for me. No, but didn't one come out? No, it hasn't come out yet. They missed one. I had to pick one up. So anyway, I just pre-order stuff now. So here, let's do this. This is fun. 10. 10. This is all the new Conan from Titan. We got 10, 11. I just pick whichever cover I like the most. Or Roberto Del Torre does the interiors. If he does the cover, I tend to pick those up because I like when, unless there's like a really cool variant or something, I like when the main artist does the interior artist does the cover. Just kind of usually matches up. There's number 13. That one's pretty cool. These are all written by Jim Zub. This is Dan Panosian. It's a cool one. Honestly, I haven't read any of those yet. Everybody really likes them, and I like Conan, so for some reason I feel like I need to read through all the older material before I read those, which is silly, but here we are. Speaking of, for some reason I'll read these, even though I'm collecting my Savage Sword run. This is 2 and 3, both from Titan. This is, I believe, going to be a 6-issue run here. Really cool cover. This was a better story. I like that one. That's been the best Conan new Savage Sword story here. That was really good. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, this one was actually kind of neat. That one, it had a classic feel to it. This one was a little bit more modern. I would say kind of more modern storytelling, but that was a classic feel. It was cool. It was a good little story. And there's some Solomon Kane backup stories that maybe ended in this one. I can't remember now. I love that cover, though. Really cool. All right, what else do we get from DCBS? Weren't we talking about Garth Ennis before? Got this Rogue Trooper, Blighty Valley. I don't know anything about Rogue Trooper, other than it's a 2000 AD property, which, if you don't know, is Judge Dredd and Slain. Is it just Slain? I'm not sure, guys. There's a Slain, the Horned God, which is like the Slain. I don't know if he has a further name than just Slain, but Slain, the Horned God, is like the story for Slain. So they're coming out with a nice hardcover deluxe edition of that. But I thought I'd pick this up. He's some sort of futuristic warrior. Oh wait, he's like what is he? Genetic infantry. Okay. So he's like a genetic infantry. Anyway, I don't know anything about it, but it's a nice, it's like a deluxe edition. It's one of the wider kind of magazine format hardcovers, and I'm a sucker for hardcovers, so I went ahead and got that. And then I also picked this up. This is really cool. They got me with, like, never before released. There's a Web of Horror magazines. That one's been printed. That's a super cool cover here. But let's see. Marv Wolfman, Lin Wein, Jerry Conway. Illustrated by Bernie Wrightson, Frank Bruner, Bruce Jones, other people there, as you can see, Sid Shores. Brief but brilliant 3-issue run. Oh, here you go. Material of the never published 4th issue. So, and it's collected for the first time. Also, I'm a sucker for black and white art, especially this big format black and white art. I don't love horror stuff, but I'm open to it. Maybe this looks cool. The Skin Eaters. Anytime stuff has been never published before, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then there's, little talkies about it. So just kind of like your class. Well, look at that. That looks like Wrightson, doesn't it? Yeah. So it's super cool. Look at that. Anyway, so I had to pick that up. I pre-ordered that. You also get the percentages is off for that. Oh yeah, here. Let's see. I don't think any of my information's on here. So this is kind of what you would pay for that. So there's the sticker price, discount, then the price you pay for things. So there you go. Like I said, it's about $10 a month-ish for shipping. And I feel like they cap it. I think it's like $10 and you get everything you want. Oh, what do you guys want to do next? Hey, we did black and white. Let's stick with black and white. This is new, guys. This is new for me. Might be new for you. This is, can you tell? This is manga. So I went down the dang manga rabbit hole. Have you guys seen manga art? It's pretty cool. I flew through this first book here. This is okay. So if you don't know anything about manga, I don't know. Does it all come from Japan? Right? I think there's different like names for things. So we'll just say all manga comes from Japan. Don't roast me. Anyway, manga comes from Japan. And if you look, this is a highly touted manga series, Vinland Saga. These are the deluxe. You can see compared to an omnibus, it is a little shorter. It looks to be pretty much the same width. It does read incorrectly, right to left. But I tell you, it's not an issue. It's really not anything that you can't figure out. It's a comic. You know, you start here, you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here, you read. And then you just really get into the groove of it. And I flew through this, and I liked it so much, I went and got... Here, we'll just kind of show those. I didn't take the plastic wrap off of these. 2 and 3. 4 is coming out. How many are there going to be? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I went ahead and picked these up. Anyway, Vinland Saga, if you couldn't kind of see or tell, it's the story of Thorfinn, who, at least in this first part, is a young boy who, it's like Nordic stuff, so it's like Viking stuff. I'm really into that. I like all of that, but I mean, look at some of this art. Look at that. The action was really cool in the first first chapter. I think they're called chapters. There's a little bit of color in these, but most of the time, and in all the stories, it's black and white. I'm telling you guys, like, don't thumb your nose at this stuff if you haven't tried it. Right? What is it? If you don't knock it till you try it, we got some good old fashioned. Some violence. What do they say in look at that. I'm blanking on the name. Some ultra violence. Is that what they call it? Right? Anyway, super cool. I would recommend it. Story of a little boy. Anyway, he gets kind of whisked away. It's a story of revenge. Who doesn't love a story of revenge? Come on, let's go. Anyway, highly recommended. I'm going to dip my toes into that, and you just fly through it. Sometimes when you open a comic, for me anyway, it probably takes me at least 20 minutes to read an issue, probably dependent on the era. Modern is a little quicker, but this stuff, the manga, it's made for people to breeze through on their commute on the train, so it like reads super fast, and a lot of times it depends on the genre, but it's kind of like action oriented. And like I said, that first one really was a super good story. It's not, obviously I'm not finished with it yet, but super cool. I'm excited about it. I just picked up Berserk is another manga that people really like. I'm knocking those deluxes out. I'm not. There's like 14 of them, and I only have 2. I don't have any of them in my possession yet. Anyway, enough about manga. Should we look at more comic books, or? Yeah, let's do some more comics. I've talked about or if you've seen, I have a garage sale. There's a guy, well, he's not in my neighborhood anymore, but he's still there. What do you want to say? There's a guy in my old neighborhood, and he would have a garage sale, and I would just go over and over, and I just always would find really awesome stuff. Anyway, I was super excited to go back this time because I knew for sure he had a World of Wood Dave Stevens cover. I think it's #1 because I had picked up, I don't remember which issue it was, one of the other issues by Dave Stevens. So I was like, here I go, back to the garage sale to buy this Dave Stevens World of Wood cover. And yeah, it was gone. So I picked all these up. Oh no, before I show comics, look at this stuff I got. Do you guys like board games? This is just my haul over 4 months. Got this Disney Villainous board game. Heard really good things about this. I bought this. It was like $5, maybe $10. I can't remember now, but I've heard really good things about this. My oldest is growing up, so we'll be able to hopefully play this pretty. It's kind of like a family style game. You take control of Disney villains, and they each have their objectives that they're trying to do. It's asymmetric, so all of the villains kind of have their own special ability. So I don't know. I've heard good things about it. This is cool. This is too big. Look how big this is. Can you tell how big? I can't even get it in frame here. Buck Rogers. Collected works of Buck Rogers in the 25th century. It's all newspaper strip stuff. There's color stuff in here. There's black and white stuff in here. Did I say this video is going to be really long? This video is going to be really long. Let's see if I can find some of the color stuff. There's some. So it's just all the strips collected. Oh, it's big. Coffee table book. Look at that. Pretty cool. Buck Rogers was the guy for a long time, right? People kind of know Flash Gordon, but I'm pretty sure Buck Rogers was the main man. Not too many people know who Buck Rogers is now. Anyway, have I read any of this? No, but I have it. Really cool. Oh, how much did I pay for this? I don't know, 10, 15 bucks or something like that. Not too bad. This was really cool I found there. I pulled this out. I kind of got to talking to the guy about it, and he didn't really know much about it. And then I was like, when is this from? Blah, 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 blah. And then I was looking up on 1956 this is from. Once I told him that, I don't think he wanted to give me a deal on this. I can't remember how much I paid for it. It was like, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks. All the directions. It's a complete set. Look at the colors on this. How cool is that? I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take a look at it. Look at that. I'm going to try not to mess any of this up. Oh, yeah. This was cool. Here, here's the wooden die. Here's like an unpunched. Oh, no, maybe it is punched. Is that what you call it, though? Unpunched? Kind of unpunched card of these little tokens, little player tokens, 3 different colors. The board's not as colorful, and that's it. It's just this board and those things, and it's this Phantom 1956 game. I haven't played it at all. Oh no, look, I forgot about that. It is colorful. This is the Jungle Gold game. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So I don't collect stuff like this. So, this is kind of like, do I sell this? But I think it's so cool. How do I get rid of that? Isn't that neat? I think it's super cool. It's kind of like most excited out of all that. And now that I've shown you this, let me show you everything else that's not as cool as this thing. But yeah, I just thought that was really neat. 3 games in there. Super cool. That's the first superhero right there. All right, let's go. So I got all these comic books for $1 each, I think. He keeps dropping the price on all this stuff, but I mean, it's got to, and I say it every time. I'm like, what else could there be there that I want? But, the price keeps going lower. This is 3-Dimension Seduction of the Innocent. #2. It's a Bernie Wrightson. That's why I grabbed it. It's pretty cool. like that green. Maybe I'll just stack some of these up. A lot of these were all of them bagged? No. Some of them are bagged. Some of them are nothinged. I don't think any of them were bagged and boarded, and I need to buy some more. Anyway, this is, okay, here we go. Eagle Comics presents 2080 monthly. I picked up a bunch of Judge Dredd books from there. I got, including issue number 1 of the Eagle Comics run on that. They're all reprints. So this is cool. It's just 2080 monthly. These are all reprints of Judge Dredd stuff. I think that's all I got there. So there's 4. That's crazy. 4, 2. Judge Anderson and number 1. Yeah, I think it's like it's not just Judge Dredd. At least in the first one that I flipped through. That guy's in there. I don't know who that guy is, but he was in there. Excuse me. Where do I put these? I got a lot of stuff to show you. I'm running out of room. Some stuff you buy because you think it has some value. Because you can't hold on to everything. At least I don't. I get overloaded. Here's some Zatanna special. Oh, it's Grey Mara. I like Grey Mara, though. Anyway, that's cool. I know Dave Stevens did some work in Crossfire and Rainbow. Oh, is that him up there? No, it's Dan. First issue there. This is like not the first issue of Crossfire and Rainbow, or if it is, it's not there. There's the Marx Brothers. It's not there. It's a mini series. There it is. Maybe. Anyway, some of this, I don't know. It's $1, and you're just looking. I got this. It's number 1 of 1, so like bonus points for that. It's P. Craig Russell. People like him. Do I know him? Not really. Sorry, I'm not an expert on everything. Oh, look, there they are right there. But I thought that looked kind of interesting. What else we have? As you can see, I like Conan. So this is like Red Sonja, but Red Fox. Number 3. Number 4. I went ahead and picked all these up. Initially, I found this one. This is going to be this is Red Snails instead of Red Nails. I was just going to get that one, but again, they were just like, $1 a piece. And also he usually, I say usually because he'll usually work with me on a price. You gather everything up and you say, hey, it's this much. This is number 10. How about this much? But I really think because of this, and once I was like, oh, this is from 1956. He was like, oh, really? And then that really piqued his interest. But this is Rust number 1. It's a dramatic first issue. What is it? Like Rust 4 is, what's Rust 4, guys? It's, is it Spawn? They say that's Spawn? Or do they say that's Hellboy? No, I can't remember. I'm going to say it's Spawn. Maybe it's somebody else. Anyway, so I just picked that up because I recognize Rust. That's the only reason there. Here's more of that Rogue Trooper that I don't know anything about. But that's cool. And for $1, I figured, hey, it's a number 2, so, it's probably, Quality Comics. Okay, I got a Judge Dredd. I think Quality also did some Judge Dredd stuff, so this is probably like a reprint from 2080, which is cool. I picked up this. The reason I picked up this one mostly was it's a newsstand, so I thought that might have some value. As you can see, I'm kind of a Star Wars guy, but again, I do pick up things with the intent of selling them. Here, let's just throw all these up. See, it's a Frontline Wombat instead of Frontline Combat. See, that's an homage cover. This is True Fan Adventures. 3D. Which is neat. You can say it's a gimmick, but it's a pretty neat gimmick. I looked at some of this stuff. I don't know. Underdog number 1. I don't know. I should probably go a little faster on this stuff. Here's another True Fan Adventures number 1. Wait, wasn't the last one number 1? See, look, they lied to me. Number 1. Oh, this is number 2. And sometimes this stuff has some value. Most of the time, this underground stuff isn't. I don't know. I thought that was. Did I mean to get that? Did you ever get stuff and then you look back at it and you're like, why did I get that? I think that one snuck in there. Also, this one too. I don't really know why I got this. Maybe because it was a number 1 and I just had a big stack. This is cool. Weird War Tales number 40. I like that one for $1. And initially, he probably wanted $5 for it. But then I think they were like 50% off at some point. So maybe it was $250, but this is really cool. Hey, stop firing. The war's over. Eesh. Eesh. Too late. So we got a little weird war. A little bit of a run here. It's a nice Joe Kubert cover. I like my war comics. So I'm probably going to have to get those now. The Weird War. Tales. This one's a little beat up. I tried to kind of cherry pick which ones. Here's Creature Commandos. So that's I found their first appearance in at the garage sale. This may be worth a little bit of something because it's Creature Commando and it's Hitler cover, but I prefer that. I think that's a cool one. I thought this was neat. Number 123. See, yeah. I thought this was, for some reason, I thought that this was the first appearance of Lady Grindle, She Grindle. I'm not really sure. It's a newsstand, if that matters. But it's a nothing book, I think. Oh, this is cool. All right. This is kind of onto some kind of cooler stuff. So this is John Law Detective by Will Eisner. So from what I gather, Will Eisner, is known for The Spirit. And then he came out with this guy called John Law Detective. And I don't know if it got buried. This is colored by Klaus Janson, by the way. I don't know if the whole thing got scrapped and buried or if at some point it got published. Or I don't know if this is the first time it's been published. I'm not really sure. But if you look, so here's Nubbin, the shoeshine boy, and the strange ghastly affair of the half-dead Mr. Locks. So, really cool Will Eisner art. And then, he looks like The Spirit. And they were, too similar, even though this says that once you start to get to know them, they're nothing alike. But if you look, okay, see, well, they didn't use that because, like I said, I don't think this guy saw the light of day, but look at this actual Spirit splash page. It's the same. So they just reused some of the stuff, and look here, Spirit in the strange ghastly affair of the half-dead Mr. Lux. So I think they buried this. I don't know if it ever did get published. You might know. But, so that was pretty cool. I just picked it up because I thought it was kind of neat, and Will Eisner. And then, here, I'll just leave that out. And then I got a bunch of these. So these are kitchen sink reprinting these Spirit stories. Really nicely done. And look at this first one. I thought this was super cool. The Christmas Spirit by Will Eisner. And look at the date in the fire. Will Eisner, one thing that he's known for, it's the Eisner Award for a reason, is he does these really inventive, 1945. And this is from Sunday, December 25th, 1945, or 23rd, 1945. But he's known for doing these, really kind of inventive, cool things with the title. He didn't pencil this one. Who's the guy? Oh, shoot. Does it say? It's Jack. Now I can think of it as Jack Spaulding, but that's wrong. But it's I don't even want to say it's something like that. But he did pencil some of the stuff. But obviously, as you can see, these were, they I don't know if they were look at here. Put the Spirit down on this can, and that's really cool. And that's from December 30th, 1945. So they're a week apart. The Chicago Sun, I don't know if it's I think it's syndicated to some degree. But I don't think that they were in strips, but I don't know. I know for a fact he did do this one, this Hildy one. This is Will Eisner, and yeah, he's kind of known for that. I wonder if that's where Jim Steranko got that X-Men logo that goes sideways and changing their logo up. I know for a fact that this is Will Eisner. Like I said, colored by Klaus Janson. And Will Eisner did ink a lot of this stuff, but I imagine he scripted it. Maybe the scripting and the penciling was a little too much work for him to do. But how cool is this? I thought this was really cool. I'm kind of kicking myself. I was on vacation, and I went to a Half Price Books, and I'd never been in one, and they had a bunch of these Spirit magazines. And actually, these are a pickup from them. I think Kitchen Sink came out with these magazines, and I had a chance to pick those up, and I wish I would have. But you just get overloaded with stuff. You have to make decisions, and sometimes you make wrong ones. So that's number 2. Number 3. And they're all, you know, like I said, they're all like that. They're not all in color. There's number 4. Oh. Number 5. Let me readjust here. 8. Skip ahead. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's one back there. 9. 18. It's a big jump. 19. And again, I like these pulpy kind of guys, these older guys. 20. 21. Then I went ahead and left this bag open. We can take a look at number 22. Look at that. That nice. These are all Will Eisner covers too. So here we go. September 7th, 1947. And again, that's like every other week. So these are all from 1947. Just to give you an idea. Like I said, they're not all colored. Super cool though. Oh, yeah, there's Miss Tree. Oh, there we go. We'll do a piggyback off of that. Speaking of Miss Tree. Anyway. I don't know why I'm going so fast. Can't look at it. If I don't hold it still, can ya? Oh my. It's a lot of text, isn't it? Kind of like the opposite of that manga I was talking about. But look at that. Wow. Wow. Very cool. Anyway, get caught up looking at that stuff. What was that, 22? 27? Look at that guy. He doesn't look like... Who's that? Dastardly? I don't know. 28? There's so much more to show. 29? Okay. So, again... Well, we won't go to Miss Tree just yet. What was the reason I went to the garage sale? To find that Dave Stevens stuff. So, I didn't find that Wally Wood. But you're not going to believe the Dave Stevens book I found. That's right. Johnny Quest, Dave Stevens. You guys know it. Oh, wait. No, this isn't the one. Oh, how cool would that have been? There's a pretty well-known Johnny Quest, Dave Stevens cover. Still cool. I'm on the Dave Stevens hype train with everyone else. I've been picking up, and then, you know, mainly this is, I don't know. I like Johnny Quest, but these are cool. I was first keyed on these by Bubs from, I don't know what he calls himself in a Bubs Comics World, Bubs World and Things, Bubs Comics. Anyway, I love the channel. Love you, Bubs. But he first keyed me in on these, and these are the, you know, DC Who's Who. And who's, I don't think it was Elastigirl. Anyway, Dolphin. So there's Dave Stevens art in these, and Bubs is a big Dave Stevens fan. So he maybe found out from somebody else. There's Catwoman. I have got 2 of those. And again, these were $1 a piece. I don't know what they're going for now, but they're still cool. They're pretty cool to have. I think that one's Poison Ivy on there. And then this one is actually right there, Lady Blackhawk. Should we look at them? I don't know. Maybe we'll look at them. Maybe I'll clean up while we're taking a look at those. But those were really exciting to find. All right, let's see. Dolphin, page 6. That's a quick one. It's a good one too. They're all the good ones because it's Dave Stevens drawing ladies. So that's pretty good. That's worth $1. That's worth $1 right there. All right, we'll look at them all. That'll be fun. Catwoman, 1718. Which one do we look at? Stay up there. make me do the alphabet on cue. Yeah. Pretty cool. And Lady Blackhawk. Oh, 28. This is from 87. Why do I feel like Jim Steranko did one of these? I'll have to maybe take a look. I'm 27. Nope, that's Brian Boland. Maybe he did. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, look at that Lady Blackhawk. Brian Boland's no slouch. Maybe there's a Dave Stevens something in there. I'll leave that out. And the last one, but not least, is I think he did the Poison Ivy. 11. Nope, Steve Rude. Phantom Lady, duh. Yep, that's it. For sure. That's it for sure, yeah. They can't stand it. They can't stand it. So, anyway, really cool. Dick Giordano did that cover. I don't know. Cool covers, though, regardless. Those are really neat. All right, we'll keep going. We'll just keep going. What else we got? Oh, yeah, speaking of Miss Tree, right? I got these off of eBay for like 30 bucks, so like 10 bucks a piece. I think that one's the second one. This is the third one. I already had this one. It has a little bit of a corner, but I'm trying to sell this one right now for a good price, I think. List price on these is 25 bucks. So I think, like I said, like on in-stock trades, you can get them for like around $18 or so, maybe 22. Anyway, 10 bucks a piece is not bad. And then I can offset that by trying, succeeding in selling this one. If you can't tell, these are small. I don't know why they made them so small, but they are diminutive in status, or in stature, but not in heart. I don't know. Anyway, these are really cool. I started this one. I read this one. But I think these are all the quarterlies, I believe, so I don't know the actual order. I mean, this is the first one. This is the second one, but it's like publication order. I'm not sure which is which, but this one was really neat. Kind of just your more straightforward. A crime happens. This has been more crime happens and also social stuff going on in the 80s. So that's been a little bit interesting. I haven't liked it as much, but it's still been enjoyable, and I'm still excited to continue on. If you don't know, there you go. It's by Max Allan Collins, the author of Road to Perdition and other things. The covers are super cool, but as you could see, most of them, I think is that the first black and white stuff that's been in here? Anyway, that's the kind of art that you get. There's some action in there, but it's not, as you can see, it's not action, but it's still pretty cool. I like them. I recommend them. This Hard Case Crime by, who does these? Titan Comics, that's right. Titan Comics does these, this Hard Case Crime line. They do other things. I've read some of them. I like them. I'm glad that they exist. Oh, I stumbled onto a new channel, Omni Buddy. I'm an Usagi fan. He's an Usagi fan. He made me buy this. This is Space Usagi, Death and Honor, by Stan Sakai. Why did I have to buy this? It's limited, and it's signed. Now you have to buy it, if you can find it. Anyway, list price is $60. I think I paid like $50 for it or so. It's not cheap, and it's pretty pretty small. I think it's 4 issues, 3 or 4 issues. I haven't read it yet. I haven't gone through all of Usagi, but I like Usagi. If you don't know Usagi, get to know Usagi. Super cool stuff. I gotta keep going. I still have a lot to show. It's so late. Actually, we're getting there. We're getting there. I went to the comic book shop the other day, and I picked some stuff up. Of course, I had to go check out my magazines, so I picked up this Conan magazine for $3. It's a pretty cool cover. Like the colors. Just smoking fools. Nice. Way to go, Conan. We knew you could do it. Picked these up. I think that they maybe dropped the prices on these. I'm not sure. I can add these to my Savage Tales run. These are some of my lesser favorite covers from the run. They're just not my style. There's nothing really wrong with them. But for the shape that they're in, I like to, the $4, it's not crazy, but I mean, I just like, look at Kazar there. It kind of looks a little funky. Zabu looks good. She looks all right, but it's just kind of not my style. So, but they're not in real bad shape. And this one's mostly just the spine roll. So, but I'm working on my Savage Tales run, as you'll see. So picked up some of this stuff. Everybody seems to have a Sandman. They had like 7 copies. I think one of them, maybe, I don't remember how much it was, but I didn't want to pay the price for it. This is the last Simon and Kirby working together. $5. Don't really have much to say about it. Starfire #2. Probably overpaid for some of these. But I saw this on Gary B's channel. That's a good channel that I like. We like the barbarians and things. So he has great things to say about this savage action in a world of blades and blood. So they maybe, no, I don't think they had #1. If they did, it was a little beat up and I left it behind. This I thought was a hot book for a while. It maybe will be again. Paid $7 for it. Clean copy. This one I thought was kind of neat. Ross Andrew, Dick Giordano. DC Comics presents #32. What is going on there? That's what Lois is saying. What's going on, Steve? I show up for my date with Superman and find him kissing that Amazon. Looks more to me like she's kissing him, Lois. So, yeah, wow. But unbeknownst to them all, foul play is at work. That's a cool cover, though. $3. Other cool covers. $6 and $8. Honestly, I got some of this stuff to sell to offset my habit. I don't think I did that great of a job. I thought this was kind of, I don't know why, but I thought that this was kind of a, not necessarily a something book, but it's not. It's a nothing. I thought that this was more than a $10 book, and it really isn't. What is this, first solo story for Power Girl? I mean, it is a cool cover. What's this? Showcase Presents #97. So these ones were pretty cool. I was excited to find these. Again, I don't know if this is worth $4. Probably just because I paid $2 for my GI War Tales. These are reprints. All reprints. There's some Russ Heath in there. Have I opened them? No, not yet. I just picked them up, but a cool cover. 20 center. This is cool. I have been on the hunt, not necessarily the hunt, but I've always wanted this shadow book. Here we are talking about pulp figures again. Cool Mike Kaluta cover, and for $8, now I just saw on eBay a 9.2 or a 9.6 went for like $40 or something like that. Like, I think it was a 9.6, and obviously it's not a rare book, but it's a cool book, and to get it's very nice condition. Nothing really glaring wrong with it, and for $8, I had to pop on that. I was excited about that one. They had other issues from the run, but the grade and price didn't match up for me. This was super cool. I didn't know this existed. This DC Comics Presents number 10, Superman and Sergeant Rock. How cool is this? I mean, I know they kind of team up from time to time. Not necessarily team up, but they've appeared together from time to time. But yeah, I thought that was neat. I read that. I fell asleep. I was super tired. It wasn't the book's fault. Look how cool this is. I'm a big Russ Heath fan. And I saw this, Sea Devils number 34. And I knew that Russ Heath did a lot of these. This is not Russ Heath. I looked it up. Now I'm going to forget who did these. I don't remember, but super cool book. $6. I'm not like a Sea Devils fan, but I was happy to find that. So all of that stuff you just saw, went up to the desk. They know me there. I know them there. And I was like, hey, so this stack here that I have, $75. This book is $35. What if you give me this book for $25? And they were like, yeah, we can probably do that. Let me see what you got. And they did. I maybe could have haggled a little bit more. You know what? Maybe I'll hold off. And then as I was like really checking out, I found this $12 book. And I said, hey, well, what about you give me this one for $8? And they said, yeah. So I can add this to my Nick Fury. I'm a Jim Steranko fan. And I'm a Nick Fury fan. Maybe I'm a Nick Fury fan because I'm a Jim Steranko fan. I don't know. But this can go in my run. It's a pretty nice grade for $8. Cool. I was happy about that. But this is that book, that $25 book, Wings Comics number 60. And this is a Lee Elias cover. This is from 1945, I believe. Yeah, 1945. Isn't that cool? I took it out, looked at it. It's all there. The center fold is detached. So you can see there's one staple, which is, I'm going to assume, common of the time. There's a little bit of a spine split up here, but, you know, whatever. I thought the colors on it looked really nice. Look at that. Like that tail gunner there. I thought he was cool. Oof. Yikes. But Wings Comics, I would say that Wings Comics turns into a little bit of a good girl rag there with Bob Lubers, and those are some pretty okay books. But I think that happens a little bit further on. Those are a little more sought after. You got your landing craft down there. Anyway, I was excited about that. I've gotten a number of war books from them. They've been picked over quite a bit, and kind of to the point where it's just the grade and the price aren't necessarily matching up. It's kind of like the age-old thing where probably since the beginning of time, or at least the beginning of comics, where it's just you're not willing to pay that price for the condition the book's in. It's not, Spider-Man number 1 or whatnot, to where you would take it in any condition, regardless, or even like a Spider-Man 50, to where it has some degree of significance, even though the cover's really cool and you would rather have the cover. You still would take a Spider-Man 50 for the first appearance of Kingpin, but these are just beat up old books. So you just hate paying the prices for them, just because they're old. So I thought this was pretty good. I was reminded of Jerry the Jitterbugs Golden Age for less than a tank of gas. And that would qualify. And it's a World War II book. So cool. Let's set that out to the side. Okay, we're winding down, we're wrapping up. These are my my ultimate PC books. Is that true? No, but the other stuff are just, a lot of them are just opportunity buys. You know what I mean? Hey, cool cover. Let's get that. Hey, that's cool because of XYZ. Let's get that. And some of them are like that. Here, let's show this. I bought this thing off of eBay, and they sent me this book, which is pretty cool. This Defenders. It's a Peach Momoko. I think there's a colored version that goes for a decent amount of money. This one, sadly, does not. But I'm pretty sure that who I bought this from sent me this. So here's another Bubs book. This is Frank Frazetta, Untamed Love. Classic romance by Frank Frazetta. So these are cool. there's different versions of this. This came out in 1995. I paid $19 for this. And I do like to talk about prices because I think it's informative for, hey, you know, that's what these kind of things might go for in this condition. And, you know, sometimes I probably get a good deal and sometimes I probably pay too much, but I've read a couple of these and they're fun. But these are, you know, obviously Frank Frazetta was had you know, worked in comics for a long time. And these are his work in some romance mags. This girl's in love with this guy, but he is in love with that girl. They're probably engaged, and she has ulterior motives of breaking them up. What did she do? She, like, makes her... I think she, like, goes to drown her. She's, like, gonna drown her. Yeah, or she, like, tells her to or something. I don't know. But there's some Frank Frazetta stuff going on. Pretty cool. Oh. Anyway, I thought this was neat. And it's a cool cover. And it's Frank Frazetta. It's Frank Frazetta. And for $20, you get classic romance. #1. Was there only one? I think there was only one. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. You do your own homework. You look it up. Anyways, that's from 1995. That's cool. I think I was going to go in order of publication date. Maybe I am. Oof, big jump. You know, earliest to latest. And this is from 1974. I was talking earlier about my Savage Tales run, and I like this Neil Adams cover, so I was willing to pay $15 from eBay for that. Look at that. Look at that background back there. Prowlers, dinos. Isn't that cool? Wouldn't want to mess with either of those dudes. So I was very happy to get that. I've been kind of on the lookout for that for a long time. This is a Comic Mag's Musings, I believe, helped me to this one. Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction #2. This awesome Mike Kaluta, I'm going to say kind of, you know, Iwo Jima, Flag of Iwo Jima inspired cover here. How cool is that? Also had me to, I think initially it was #5. It is a decapitation cover. Super cool cover. Oh, and look at here. Some well-known science fiction authors. Alfred Bester and John Wyndham. I don't know Bob Shaw, but this was $12.50 I paid for this. But these are both nice condition books. So, isn't that great? Was happy to get those when those came in. Oh, this I got from my local comic book shop. I took a bunch of books I probably got out of their 50-cent bin and sold back to them. It was a bunch, but got this $5 book and a box, a comic, a short box. This is a Jack Kirby did a run on Our Fighting Forces. Did he only cover the losers? I think he did. I think part of the gripe was, sorry, I'm not a comic historian. Whoever was doing, it's kind of like the Captain America thing, right? Whoever was initially doing this, so that looks like that's not connected. Whoever was doing the losers before Jack Kirby came on board, he just kind of like did his own thing and was said, you know what, everything that you guys were doing, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing it Jack Kirby style. And I guess after he left the book, they kind of picked up where they left off. But, you know, if you were reading it, it was probably kind of jarring. Yeah. But, you know, it's Jack Kirby, so I figured I'd pick that up. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I was happy about this one. I paid $35 for this. Marvel Spotlight, #1. Look at that, Neil Adams. Goodness. Obviously, Neil Adams is known more for Batmans and things. 1971. Did I say when this is from? 1970. Okay, so that was 75. So going back a few years, look at that. Red Wolf. I just thought that was super cool. Very dynamic. Love the colors. Love this guy in the black. I guess silhouetted. I like silhouettes. I don't know. I'm weird. Highlighted by this yellow here. Coming out the woodwork. Catching these guys by surprise. That's all cool. Clean book too. Clean copy. Clean copy. This I bought because I couldn't let it go for cheaper. Because I love this Russ Heath cover. And I already have this. But I paid $22 for this 1963 GI Combat 98. Because I just couldn't let it go for cheaper than what I had paid mine for. Because I think this is a better condition book. So I said, not on my watch. Look at that. Honda tank. That is awesome. Love me some Russ Heath. Oh, you know who doesn't get as much accolades as Russ Heath? Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. Anyway, this is the best. This is a graded book, and it might be the best 1.0 that you'll ever see. And I know people say that, but look at this book. My Own Romance, number 50 from 1956. This is Vince Colletta. And ever since Comic Tropes did that video about how Vince Colletta ruined Jack Kirby's artwork by inking it, and maybe he's right. I feel like people don't give Vince Colletta as much credit maybe as he deserves. I mean, look at this. That's a great cover. And you said, that's a 1.0? This is a 1.0? And it's a blue label. Did I even show it yet? No. It's a 1.0. Well, here. And I think this is it. Just because of that? Can I say just because of that? I mean, maybe that's a big deal to you. Somebody really needed to throw their gum away. Or to write down an important message. But isn't that great? Love me some Silhouetted in the Moonlight, About to Smoochin', or even getting some smoochin' romance books. And look at that cover, the colors on there. Her yellow hair. That's navy on the. I hope you can tell there. Ooh, getting a lot of. Hope you can tell it's navy. The green there. Just look at it. The touch of your lips. Beautiful book. So this is one of those things. I got this off eBay, and I paid $79 for it, which is a little bit frustrating because I think it's one of those things where they either thought it would grade out better because of how it presents. So if it were raw, it probably wouldn't have been $79. So the fact that it was graded, I think, and made me have to pay more money for it. But what am I trying to say? Like, worse copies go for less money, but like more than maybe this would go for if it were ungraded. Did that make sense? You know, I think if it were ungraded, obviously I wouldn't have had to pay the $79 for it, I don't think. But also this looks better than like a 3.0 raw book. So maybe it worked in my favor. I'm not sure. This is a cool book. If you haven't ever checked out any romance books, there's a trope is this like masquerade party stuff, and this is one of them, and I think one of the better ones. The colors are a little pastel and muted. Obviously that's by choice. This is a pretty clean book from when's this from? 1955, and I paid $85 for this. Girls' romances. I have picked up a few of these girls' romances. Number 30 here. They're great. I like a lot of them. Let's see the background couple here. But there's a lot of these little masquerade parties. She's obviously in some distress, but anyway, yeah, I was very happy to get that. Not too much more yet, y'all. I know we've seen a lot of cool stuff. 1955 next. That was 1955. Oh my. Well, this is another. I think this also is Vince Colletta. It might even be the same people, guys. Look at this. My Own Romance. This is 50 and this one's 42. What do you think? That's got to be the same people, right? College Sweater. Obviously, he's like picking her up in the air. They're young and they're in love. That great? Well, maybe this is paid $57 for this. So probably a better condition than 1.0. Paid less money for it. It's kind of what I was talking about with the other one. But Love that big necklace there. Isn't that great? Aw, they're in love, guys. It's nice. And then I think my last book. It's Bittersweet Parting, Such Sweet Sorrow. It's technically not even a comic book, really. This is a promotion from 1950. This is my first Lil Abner book. Lil Abner joins the Navy. I stole this book from Anne. I didn't pay any money for it. I said, Anne, that's mine. Knocked her out and took her book. But then I paid her $11.50 for this. $11.50! I was just perusing the eBays. I got this. This is pretty recently. Just perusing the eBays. Look at that. $11.50 for this. There is a little bit of a crease there, but it doesn't really show up. So this is Lil Abner. He joins the Navy. I don't know anything about Lil Abner except that he appeared. He had a thing going on. These people were always in it. But I thought this was so cool. Check out the back. I'm in the Navy now. It's like this Southern boy, right? And she is Southern girl. But got this really nice letter from the captain. Oh, no, wait. I wonder if he's not the captain of the U.S. Navy. I wonder if he's a captain in the U.S. Navy because he's the director of the recruiting division. When I first read this, and I don't know anything about the Navy or the military, really, I was like, wow, this is from the captain of the U.S. Navy. But it's probably not that. He's probably a captain in the U.S. Navy. But I'll let you read that if you want to. I read that, and it's pretty neat. Basically, just join the Navy. Maybe we can look. I thought this was cool. Colored on this a little bit. But it's the same picture as that, right? But look at this. Join the United States Navy. I thought that was really cool. Isn't that cool? 1950. And, you know, I haven't read through it. That's some of the stuff you'll find there. But it's, you know, it's supposedly, what did it say? The experience of Lil Abner's friend in the Navy may not be typical, but they do reflect the great spirit of comradeship and adventure that have always made Navy careers interesting to young men. So, you know, just a little appealing to boys to join the Navy post-war. So I thought that was really cool. Isn't that cool? And for, you know, less than $12 and in pretty nice condition from 1950. Can't really beat that. What a haul. 4 months. Whew, 4 months and I'll not read half of this stuff. Won't read half of it. But you know, we still get it though. And like you guys, more comics are on the way. Thanks for watching.